Welcome to a new session with a new chapter, which is human health and disease. In this topic, we are going to discuss all the diseases that comes to humans, out of which few are discussed here. Lot many diseases are there where it infects the humans, and those diseases may come from bacteria, fungus, protozoans, helminthic worms, even through various different types of vectors that causes disease in the humans. What are the various diseases? How we can overcome all these diseases as we are presently facing the pandemic disease, including COVID. Okay. Now in the health and disease, let us look back to the earlier parts where in the ancient times by the Hippocrates, there was a thing where they used to call it as a black bile, a person with hot personality or fever. They used to call it as a black bile, where the person usually will be suffering with some sort of diseases. But later on, there were different hypotheses which were given, like good humor hypothesis, bad humor hypothesis. Humor meaning the body fluids, good humor meaning healthy personality, bad humor meaning ill health personality. So that's why these were the discussions which was there in the earlier times. But after the discovery of the blood circulatory system in the humans by William Harvey, all these hypotheses were discarded, disproved, and later on health part along with various different types of diseases that comes to the humans have been proved, and there are various different types of diseases that you are going to study. Now initially, let's quote the points of how health is affected. Health is affected by various factors. Later on we will go with the definition of the health and definition of the diseases. Okay. Now how exactly the human health is affected? Now if we come across the characters, now health is affected mainly by various causes, like genetic causes. We also call this as a genetic reasons also. So health is mainly affected by genetic disorders, along with that infections, various different types of infections, including the lifestyle, food and water. Okay. Now these are the things by which the health is affected. The first reason is genetic disorders. Genetic disorders are nothing but they might be different syndromes which are the defects that are present in the children's by birth, where we also call them as congenital defects. So genetic disorders may be congenital, meaning defective by birth. Either there might be various different types of syndromes like Turner syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, Down syndrome, Cry-Duchat syndrome, various different types are there. They are the genetic disorders, okay, which includes sickle cell anemia also, phenylketonuria, right, and other various different types of the disease. Now, if this disease, congenital disease, affects the children's, then almost they cannot be cured. So health can be affected through the genetic disorders also, where mainly it is inborn disorder. Infections. Infections are those which can be transmitted from one person to another person either directly or indirectly. Directly through the sneeze, cough, where we also call it as droplet infections. Indirectly, it might be through various agents, okay, like the doors, pens, okay, in the public places, okay, that is due to the infections. Then lifestyles, the disease might be due to your lifestyle. So lifestyle that includes food and water. That means what type of food you are consuming, whether you are consuming the healthy food or unhygienic food or junk foods. Okay. Then water that you take in, whether you are taking pure water or contaminated water, whether you are cautious about your health or no. Okay. So everything, it depends on the lifestyle. Then in the lifestyle, not only food and water are included, but along with that even our regular habits, our dieting processes, then along with that exercise also, this matters a lot, okay, to maintain the good health. Okay. So almost all these are the aspects where the health is affected. So mainly health is affected by genetic disorders, infections and lifestyles. Okay. Now let's go to the definition of the health. Then after the definition of the health, we will come across how the health can be maintained. Then along with that, let's go to the diseases part. Okay. Now let's look at the definition of the health here. Now here, health we can define it as the state of complete physical, it is the state of complete physical, mental and social well-being of a person is said to be health. Okay. So health can be defined in this form. So how can we define it? So health, it is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. What does it denotes? What does it states? What does it means? Complete physical, that means whether you are physically all right without any disorders, okay, that is physical. Then how the physical health can be maintained? Physical health does not mean that you should be a bodybuilder, okay. Physical health means whenever we look at a person, he should look healthy, okay. He should not be too fat or too lean, so we should feel that he is healthy, right. We should not feel that he is more anemic, he should look healthy. This is physical health, right. Then mental health, mental means how he thinks, how he responds to the other persons, so that is mental thinking. That means if the person is responding properly, if the person is thinking properly, if he is answering properly, then what we say is he is mentally all right. Suppose if a person is mentally disturbed, so almost you might have saw such type of people in the society. If they are mentally disturbed, then they either they may overreact or their response might be crude, okay. So that's why mental health healthiness is also most important, right. Then how the mental healthiness can be maintained? So almost most of them will be facing all these problems in your day to day life. Some might be having certain physical problems, some might be having certain mental stresses, mental problems, okay. With these lot many things, lot many classes, you may face this problem, but if you know how to handle all the situations properly, so you can keep your mind very cool and calm. So that you should know. That means our mind is under our control. Suppose if you can maintain it, if you can regulate it properly, if you can control your mind in such a way that you can overcome all the stresses, okay, then nothing will happen. You can balance your life. And almost as we are living in the society, mental health is most important, because we don't know, we will face a lot of situations, unexpected situations in our life. Then how do we overcome all those problems? It matters a lot. Everything is by your mind. So keep your mind very strong and healthy. Okay. Then social well-being. Social refers to, we all live in the society. How do we respond to the society? That means whether we are afraid of the society, or whether we respond correctly to the society, whether we mingle with the people of the society, because in the society we see different sorts, different types of people. Their thinkings will be different, their calculations will be different with those peoples, whether you are able to mix or talk, or whether you are happy, or you are leading your healthy lifestyle with the society. So that matters a lot, because as we see lot many different kinds of brains, kinds of people around us, so how do we interact with them, how do we react with them, matters a lot. This is what is said to be the social well-being. That means as we say, man is a social animal. We are not alone, we are not in the forest, we are in our areas, we are in our residential areas. So we have to be with the society only, we are living with the society only. Then how do we interact with the society? So that will also count for your health. Okay, so we should not run away from the society. Okay, you should know how to face everything in the society, being in the society. So all these together constitutes the health. Okay, then apart from this, how to maintain good health? How to maintain good health? Good health can be maintained. So let us go on based on the priority. Mainly it depends on the food, the type of food that you are consuming, because your age is growing age, you have to intake proper food. And remember three things: morning tiffin, afternoon lunch, and night dinner. You should never skip this, right? If you are on a fasting for a single day, doesn't matter, that will not affect the health. But suppose if you are skipping your regular tiffin every day, you are going to suffer with some sort of disorders, mainly acidity, certain stomach ulcers. Remember this. Okay, if you are not doing your regular habits, food habits properly, then you will suffer with the ill health. Why? Because though we are not working physically, but you are working mentally. Your brain is always thinking, you are writing, you are reading something. So brain cells are consuming what? Glucose, sugars. You require sugars. From where do we get this glucose? From where do we get the energy? It is through the food only, where the food has to be digested, absorbed, it should enter into the cells. There in the cells, this glucose is broken down to produce energy in the form of ATP. And where the ATP is produced, it is produced in the mitochondria. Because of that, we say mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell, right? So food is one of the most important basic necessity requirement, along with the water, good quality water, hygienic food, hygienic water. Okay, this is most important. This is the first priority. After food, proper water, then what you need? Proper exercise. Exercise doesn't mean that it should be a vigorous exercise, it should be a hard exercise. It's not like that. It doesn't mean that you should go to a gym, workouts, all those things. It does not mean that. Even if you do regular walk, that's enough. It's a good exercise. Walking is the best exercise. Okay. Then apart from that, our Indian traditional yoga, it has been practiced since from the time immemorial. Yoga is one of the best exercise that can be done by us to maintain our physical health. Along with that, remember, with the yoga, even our brain mind concentration also increases. Through the meditation, your concentration increases. Okay, you can concentrate on a particular part, you can concentrate on a particular subject thoroughly, neatly, okay, in a deeper manner. Okay, now almost during the counseling, when we come across various different types of students, almost we hear a common general problem that, sir, I cannot concentrate properly. Whenever I will be reading one subject, only the book will be open, my mind will be thinking something else. Okay, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಭಾಳ ಜನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಿ. ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಬಿಹೈಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್, ಬುಕ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನೋ ವಿಚಾರ ಬೇರೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಯು ಆಲ್ಸೋ, and even if it is related to you also, it will not be any useful for you. But based on those unnecessary things, if you go on thinking, it's of no use, it's simply just a waste of time, which will neither help for your future, which will neither help for your studies. Understood? So that's why what has to be done, whenever you read a subject, only the thing is your attention, your concentration should be 100% in that subject. And remember, don't read the textbooks, don't see the videos with your open eyes. ಹಂಗಾದ್ರೆ ಕಣ್ಣು ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡೋದೇನ್ರಿ? ಅಲ್ಲ. The thing is, see it, read it, observe it with your open brain, which is most important. Open eyes are not counted, open brains are counted. ಓಪನ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡತ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು, ವೆದರ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಏಕಾಗ್ರತೆ ಐತೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ಅಂತನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ವಿಚ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಬೈ ದ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂತನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ರೀಸನ್ ಭಾಳ ಜನಗೆ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಕಮ್ ಅಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಡೇ ಟು ಡೇ ಲೈಫ್, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫೇಸಿಂಗ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಯು, okay, we have got a chance due to this chapter, okay, where we are going to study regarding our health aspects. So that's why we should know all these things also, right? Along with the studies, we should know all these things, because if you don't know all these things, how you can study, how you can concentrate, how you can upgrade yourself, how you can lift by yourselves, okay, how you can target your aims, goals, all these things, right? So everything is by the brain only. That's why, though you all have the same brain, intelligent brain, but it depends on how you make use of it. Okay, so polish your brain in such a way that you should never forget the things. So how you will never forget the things, it is depending upon your concentration. Okay, so based on that, I will tell you a just 1 minute story for you. So listen it properly and carefully. Okay, it's a real story, right, which has happened with me. Myself and one of my friend, we were studying in PG, MSc. During that time, we used to attend the seminars. Okay, ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಯಾಕೆ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ಸಿಂದ ನಾವು ಹೊಸದು ಕಲಿತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಓರಿಯೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, PhD ಅವ್ರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್, ವೆರಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್, ವೆನೆವರ್ they will give the seminars, now we used to see them properly, listen carefully towards their words, and later on we would come back to our rooms and discuss based on the matter. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್, ನಾವು ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ ನಾವು ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಅದರದ್ದು ಸಮ್ರಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ, ಸಾರಾಂಶ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ, ಏನು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್, ಹೀಸ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ವಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಕೀನ್ ಇನ್ ಸಚ್ ಎ ವೇ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ which I got stunned by his words. When he used to come to the room, when he used to tell the things, seminar, our hang seminar madidru antanuvantada, he used to tell the same exact sentences what he spoke. And during those seminars, what I observed in him was, whenever the seminar is on, avana lakshya, his eyes and ear along with the brain, all the three contacts are most important. They were to the person what he is talking. ಅವನು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಗಮನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ, ಬಾಜುಗೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡಕತ್ತಾನ ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದು ಲಕ್ಷ್ಯ ಇರ್ತಿರ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅವಂಗೆ, ವಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಈಸ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್. ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಹೀಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್. ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಆಲ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪಿಕಲ್ ಮೈಂಡೆಡ್, ಜಂಬಲ್ ಮೈಂಡೆಡ್. ಯು ಲೂಸ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಲೂಸ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಇದು ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಈ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಅದ, ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಸಾ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಅದು ಪಾಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಹೇಳೋರು ಯಾರೂ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡೂ ದಿಸ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇನ್ ಯು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಳಗಡೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಷ್ಟು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್. ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋತ್ನಾಗ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕೆಲಸದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಕತ್ತೀರ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕೆಲಸ ನೀವು ಪೂರ್ಣ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ವೆನ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಒನ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್, think of it only, go into the depth of that subject, don't think rest of the subjects. But when you touch other subject, don't think again of this subject, right? This is what is said to be concentration. That means if you increase concentration in one subject which you are reading, then ultimately you can lift your brain in such a way that you will never forget the things. Here it depends on the matter of understanding, okay, not blank reading. It depends on the way that you understand, that you digest the things that you read. Okay, so implement this in your life, which gives you a lot of happiness also, and you will wait for the fruitful results also, okay, in your future. Okay, definitely 100% I am sure. Okay, now this is how to maintain the good health. Okay, so physical health, understood? So physical health, good hygienic food, hygienic water, then exercise, yoga, meditation, whichever you want to do, right? If you are a good player, okay, continue the playing. By that you will get your physical good health. Okay, that means all these are various different types where you can maintain your good health. Okay, don't be very ideal. Okay, don't be very ideal. So be busy with your activities. Either it might be a sports activity, games activity in your homes. Even if you are playing the chess, you are giving work to your brain. Even if you are playing carom, you are giving work to your hands, you are giving work to your brain also. You are thinking something there, understood? So your brain is working. That's why what I say is, none of you have a weak brain. Each and every brains are very peculiar, superior, intelligent enough. Make the best use of your brain. Don't keep it more empty, because you have a lot of space in the brain where you can store any kind of information. And remember, brain never gets saturated till our death. Brain never gets saturated till our death. ಅಷ್ಟು ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಅದ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡೋಂಥ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಅದ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್, ಹೌ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಯು ಆರ್, ಇನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಮೂವ್, in which field you want to chase. Okay, so this is regarding the part of the lifestyle, our health style. Okay, health. Then along with that, let us go to the personal hygiene now. Personal hygiene is also important to maintain a good health. Personal hygiene, it refers to brushing our teeth regularly on a proper time. ಟಿಫಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಅಲ್ಲ, ರಾತ್ರಿ ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋ ಟೈಮ್ನಾಗ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ, ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ನಾವು ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಸೇ ಇಸ್, ಬ್ರಷ್ ಯುವರ್ ಟೀಸ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ವೆನ್ ದೇ ವೇಕಪ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ವೇಕಪ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ನಿಂಗ್ ನಾವು. ಇದು ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇಟ್. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದಕ್ಕೂ ನೀವು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದಕ್ಕೂ ಟೈಮ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ಟೈಮ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದ. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ಎದಕ್ಕೂ ಟೈಮ್ ಸಿಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಭಾಳ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ಸ್ ವೋಂಟ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಯುವರ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಇನ್ ಸಚ್ ಎ ವೇ ದಟ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ನೆವರ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ಸ್. ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಬರಬಾರ್ದಂಗೆ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು student life or age is, it should be just like a horse. Do you know horse never sleeps? ಕುದುರೆ ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ನಿಂತು ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೈತಿ. ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಚಿಟಿಕೆ ಹೊಡೀರಿ, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ರನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಲುಕ್ ಆ್ಯಟ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲರ್ಟ್ನೆಸ್, ಆ ರೀತಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಕೀಪ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್, ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಲೈಫ್. that will help you a lot, okay, for your future, to build up your career also. Okay, now personal hygiene. First, brush your teeth regularly in the early morning itself. Hopefully all will do this. Second, proper clean bath. Okay, then third one, wear your clothes which are very clean, okay, washed and clean. Understood? So, all these things are most important, and whichever the food you consume it in a hygienic manner. So, almost most of you are cautious about your health also due to these COVID things. So, that is why, so maintain this. Okay, so that is the good lifestyle which you will be having. Okay. Then let us move on to the next part. The next part is the disease. Next term is the disease. Now the term says, first term half part is dis, second one is ease. Dis and ease. Ease is comfort. Discomfort. What is this discomfortness? Disease is nothing but unhealthy condition of the body. Now generally whenever you meet your friends after a long time, you will ask a question, how are you? Yaru, who are you? You will ask the question, how are you? They will reply, I am fine. Now suppose if a person is suffering with different types of disease, yaro obba vyakti kidney stones agidava anta ankondo sikapatti pain ada, ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ಗೆಳೆಯ ಬಂದು ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಹೌ ಆರ್ ಯು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಆ ಪೇನ್ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಫೈನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೇನೋ? ನೋ, ಹಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಸೇ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ನಂಗೆ ಆರಾಮಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೋ, ನೋ ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ವೆಲ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಗುಡ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ವೆಲ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ರಿಪ್ಲೈನ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಜ್ವರ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾವು ಅದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ವೆಲ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಗುಡ್. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ಲಿ. That is our talk, conversation. This is what is said to be disease. Now disease is caused due to infection to a organ or damage to a organ. We call it as a disease. So disease is nothing but unhealthy condition of the body. So unhealthy condition of the body is said to be disease. Okay. Then let us go to the types of disease. In the types of disease, first we have infectious disease, and second we have non-infectious disease. Okay. So these are the two different types of diseases. Now what are infectious diseases? Infectious diseases are those which are easily spread from one person to another person. So these are easily spread from one person to other. This is said to be infectious disease. For example, common cold is infectious. Let us take example here. Example is a common cold. Okay, typhoid is infectious disease, malaria, all these are infectious disease. Out of these, one infectious disease which is a more deadly is AIDS. AIDS is deadly, as you know. Okay, there is no completely treatment for the AIDS. Then what are non-infectious? Non-infectious diseases are those, these are not spread from one person to another. The disease which cannot be spread from one person to another person are said to be non-infectious disease. Now let us take an example. An example of non-infectious disease is cancer. Cancer cannot be spread from one person to another person, but cancer is very dangerous, which may cause death, okay, under certain conditions. So that is why these are the two different types of disease. One is infectious, other one is a non-infectious. Infectious disease, they are also called as a communicable diseases, where it spreads from one person to another person. Non-infectious, they are also said to be non-communicable diseases, which are not spread from one person to another person. Okay, the person himself or herself will get the disease, and later on it might be dangerous and deadly also. Okay, out of these two, AIDS and cancer, they are most dangerous disease which may cause fatality in the humans. So, this is regarding the outline introductory part of the disease. With this, in the next session we are going to start with your various different types of infectious diseases. So, till that, stay tuned. Thank you.